If you're struggling to find clients now as a Filipino virtual assistant, even if you've been in the game for a long time, this might explain everything. Hello, I'm Teen and I became a virtual assistant during the pandemic way back in 2020. I had multiple clients from the US, the UK, as well as in Canada. And I was offering general virtual assistant services like admin support and light social media management. And to be honest, now I notice it's a little bit harder to get clients being as what you call a generalist. Even though I had years of experience working as a virtual assistant, I'm really having a hard time getting new clients. And if you feel the same way, tune in because I want to share what I discovered to help someone who's been struggling to find clients in this season. So, you've seen on the title, what do I actually mean when I say general virtual assistants is dead? Well, honestly, I don't mean that there are actually zero jobs for general VAs, but it's no longer enough to stand out if you're just a general VA. This is the hard truth. Before, you could offer admin tasks, email management, data entry, and clients would hire you, right? But now, because of AI, it's kind of different now. Also, as a general VA, you are competing now with thousands and even hundreds of virtual assistants, not just from the Philippines, but all over the world, who are offering the same general VA services like yours. So that's one thing that could really make it harder for you to land jobs and clients online. So the real problem is the market didn't disappear, honestly, but it evolved. And there are more Filipino VAs than ever. You know what I mean? When I was starting out way back in 2020, only few Filipinos knows about this online opportunity. And I was not even one of the first people who discovered freelancing, but now there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube as well as on Facebook and TikToks, and a lot of content are being produced for those who are interested to become virtual assistants. So what happens now? As a general VA, your skills becomes basic. And I've seen this like in the past couple of months. I've been scrolling on Upwork and I noticed that there are lots of general virtual assistants offering like the same services at a very low rate. So it's really hard to stand out. That's why if you're still positioning yourself as a generalist in today's market, you might already be falling behind what the clients want now. So clients today are smarter and they just don't want help. They want results. So now, instead of hiring general VAs, they're looking for someone who can truly help them get to where they want to go, like from point A to point Z. They're asking, can you manage my Facebook ads? Can you handle my email marketing? Do you know Shopify or funnels? Honestly, now they're looking for specialists, not generalists. And it's hard for me to accept this, but that's the reality. If you are not taking action to grow and to upskill, you will really have a hard time. So I've mentioned that this season, this era is a little bit different compared to when I was starting out. And here's the thing, AI is already replacing a big chunk of general VA tasks, including writing basic emails, research, data entry, scheduling, simple customer service or customer replies, and even transcribing. See, those are the services that I used to offer. But now, AI can do those things for clients and businesses. So, what are we gonna do here, right? There's even this tool that I saw on one of the famous YouTuber, and it's a watch that can record the entire conversation or entire meeting and already automatically summarize everything that they talk about on the meeting. How crazy is that? Like, it captures conversation and it turns it into a report, an organized text. It even gives action items to do. So, yeah, AI tools can do those things in seconds. This is why general virtual assistance is fading. To be honest, I've been applying since December constantly. And I'm not just sending blind applications. In every proposals and job applications that I sent, I gave my 100%. And it's just so hard to land clients. In Upwork, I've sent 10 proposals and I've spent, I don't know, maybe less than 10,000 pesos for connects. And I only got 4 replies and I got 2 interviews, but I didn't got the job because it wasn't aligned. Anyways, in onlinejobs.ph, I've sent around 40 to 50 proposals, quality proposals, and not a single reply. Well, there's one, I believe, and the client only replied to tell me that the position is already been filled. This is also the reason why I've created this video, because I just wanted to share to my fellow Filipino VAs who may be wondering why it's so hard to land clients now, especially if you're a virtual assistant for years, who have years of experience. So, being a jack of all trades is no longer a strength in freelancing, because the truth is it makes you replaceable. But if you're a specialist and you have a specific niche, you're not replaceable. There are some things that AI can't do that includes planning, strategizing, and things like that. Well, that's where you need to think of those things, or maybe skills that you have right now, you have acquired, that you can turn into a specialty or a special offer. Client now remembers people who can solve specific problems. So what you should do now: first, don't panic. Your experiences, they're not useless. You can still use those experiences, especially the skills that you've acquired, but you need to reposition yourself. Number 1, pick a direction. This means picking a niche and choosing a specialty, a specific services to offer. Right now, the problem is not being a general VA. Right now, the problem with being a general VA is that you're trying to serve everyone. So when you serve everyone, you stand out to no one. We already know this, right? You can pick a specific type of client. Is that a real estate business, coach, a brand, a sporty? Like, what is it? E-commerce, or you can choose a specific type of work. Second, upgrade from task-based services to result-based. This is very crucial. Instead of selling tasks, you start selling outcomes. Check. What am I doing? Check. Yeah, outcomes. For example, if you manage emails for clients, say, I help business owners maintain zero inbox and never miss important opportunities. Or instead of, I help posts on social media, say something like, I help brands stay consistent and turn followers into leads. That's the reality. clients want results. Before, they pay VAs based on tasks, but now they pay for results. Number 3, learn high income, hard to replace skills. So I'm not going to give details on this. I might discuss this on a different video, but AI replaces simple work. So your goal is to move into work that requires thinking, strategy, creativity, and decision making. Examples. Let me just give you some examples. Copywriting, funnel building, paid ads, automation setup, CRM management. These are harder to replace and easier to charge higher for. Number 4, it's just about right positioning. Yes, maybe you were a general virtual assistant, and I was a generalist too. I was an admin, VA slash writer slash social media manager. But the thing here is, you might already have the skills, you just don't know how to position them well. So it's all a matter of positioning. You can actually use ChatGPT for this if you don't know how to position your skills or your services to the clients. So yeah, I hope you get the idea. The opportunity is still there, but the rules have changed. General VA isn't dead, but basic work is. So yeah, you can do this. Don't quit. You just need to adapt, grow, and be comfortable being uncomfortable to learn new skills in order for you to win in this freelancing world, in this era. Start being valuable. By the way, I have a playlist about how I became a virtual assistant, how I transitioned from BPO to becoming a freelancer and working from home. You might want to check it out if you're a newbie or if you're a beginner. But if you're not and you're looking for something advanced, well, this is not the channel for you. Anyways, that's it for now. Let me know your thoughts about this. I really wanted to hear from you, especially those fellow Filipino VAs who are struggling to get clients now. Share with us your experiences that might going to help someone who will read the comments. So, thanks.